God has a purpose for allowing trials and temptations, for allowing the spiritual warfare to intensify. Several years ago, before I went through a period of intense change and warfare, testing and trials, I had a dream. In this dream was a man of God well known throughout the world. And he came to me on a motorcycle, and he told me to get on the back. Well, the roads were full of snow, real heavy snow, and it was snowing real heavy. And he took me down the path. As we got down through the road, we came into a place where it became summertime. And I recognized another man of God well known. And he was smiling and happy to see me. And I woke up. The dream pretty much ended. And I talked to the Lord about it. And why the snow? Why this person? And, well, for several reasons. I was going to need someone to get me through the tough times. I was going to have someone that's been there and done that to show me how to get through it. That this snow, although it was going to work with the righteousness of God in my character, was going to be hard. It was going to take some work to get through it, and I was going to need help. And this particular person that was in the dream was very well known for basic principles of teaching from the scriptures. And so that's what I did for the last several years, is get back to the basics. And I sure needed it. Get back to holiness and truth. Get back to seeking him for him and not what he could do for me. The warfare God allows has a couple purposes. And there's two really different styles that comes at us, it seems like. The first one I think of is Matthew 4, when Jesus had the temptations in the wilderness, the trials there. And it was right after he got baptized in the Jordan by John the Baptist, and the Spirit of God came upon him. And it says the Spirit drove him to the wilderness. This testing, this warfare, is for the refining of our soul, for the testing of our character. And when we're in that season, it can be extended. And it doesn't always have to be extended. See, God allows warfare, and sometimes I will say accommodates the enemy's attack against us to transform our character. And many of you are in this prolonged period, and you're wondering, how long, God? Ask him what part he's been wanting to change and you've been resisting or afraid to confront in your own heart, in relationships. Once you allow him to do that fine-tuning, the warfare will end. First, he's accomplishing the goal of Christ-likeness. Second, the enemy will quit attacking you once it sees what it's doing to you is making you more like Jesus. He will withdraw. The second type of warfare is when God uses us, and he sends us out to rescue others. And in that warfare, I think of 2 Corinthians 10, 3 through 6. Kind of wraps up the whole idea. It says the weapons that we have are not of the flesh. They're from him, and they're mighty, they're powerful. They pull down vain imaginations. They pull down strongholds, patterns of thinking that allow the enemy in our life, that are offensive to God, that resist the holiness that Jesus is trying to produce in us. At the very end, Paul makes a statement. It says, when your obedience is fulfilled, God is ready to recompense or revenge upon our enemies. Our obedience, our surrender to him and his work in us has to be completed first before he attacks and destroys our enemies. If you want this period to end, cooperate with him who is changing you. He is most interested in who you become to him and not what you do for him. The Lord bless you and keep you, and may his face and his countenance rise upon you.